Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Pastor Zach. This is a different kind of video. I want to release a little bit of news. Bitcoin hits an all-time high, 123,000 a coin. What this means for the age, the prophetic times that we're trying to discern, and most importantly, what does it say about the kingdom of heaven and our coming soon Savior, Jesus Christ? So why is 123 significant? Well, it's really not. It's just Bitcoin keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And so who is this creator of Bitcoin? Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Well, no one really knows. I mean, I'm probably sure there's a select group of people who may know who this guy is or girl, but we'll just say he because his name's Satoshi. So we'll go with a him. Other than the originators and those that he shared his coding with and this blockchain technology, no one really knows who he is. So Bitcoin reaches an all-time price hit of $123,000. It's on the upward tick. It has a lot of resistance around the 100,000 mark, a lot of institutional buyers, countries, and everyone seems to be having their focus on Bitcoin. It's literally on the trading thing, on any of one of the stock things, money markets, all that stuff. Everyone's watching the Bitcoin price and all the other cryptocurrencies trade in correlation to it. So it's important to understand that Bitcoin is the originator. It is the originator of the blockchain technology, and all the other coins are simply piggybacking on this technology. It's a ledger. It's a really large ledger. It's essentially what the banks would kind of use to keep track of zeros and the placement of your funds. The bank doesn't have, stacks and stacks of cash. Say you have $10,000 in your bank and your neighbor has 20,000 and someone else has 110,000 and then somebody has 3 million. They don't have Zach's account with $10,000 sitting in it. So when I come, I get my money. It's just a placeholder for that value. I hope that makes sense. So why is Bitcoin at 123 significant? Well, it puts it at a $238 trillion market cap. And the people who know who Satoshi is, or that he is the creator of Bitcoin, believe that he owns or holds 968,452 Bitcoin. Some people believe he has 1 million. Others say it's about 1.1 million Bitcoin. But for the sake of this video, let's just say Satoshi has 1 million Bitcoin. So where did this software idea come from? We don't know. So he has, let's just say for the sake of the video that Satoshi has 1 million Bitcoin. Why is this significant? Well, Forbes says that this is the top 15 wealthiest people in the world. So if he has 1 million Bitcoin and it's at 123,000, that currently makes Satoshi have more of a net worth than Bill Gates. And we know Bill Gates, we know what he believes in, his foundations, what his agenda is, what he desires to have done in the world, and his influence. See, we know, let's look at the top 5. Elon Musk, Larry Ellison, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Larry Page. Okay, let's say, theoretically, Bitcoin goes to 150,000 per coin. And I think that could happen within the next couple weeks. It's really only not far, 17,000 more. That is nothing. When it does, Satoshi will have more net worth than Larry Page. That's the Alphabet guy. That's the Google guy. Look at these. Jeff Bezos, Amazon, Zuckerberg, Meta, Larry Ellison, Oracle, and Elon Musk, Tesla. These are all technology companies. Yes, I know Tesla makes electric cars, but it's a technology company. Elon Musk has got computer chips to put in people's heads. It's crazy. Rockets going into space, interconnectivity with Starlink. I mean, this guy's got it going on. Oracle, leading software. This guy buying all kinds of software companies. Zuckerberg is just, well, he's Zuckerberg. Jeff Bezos has one of the largest cloud storage businesses and all of the ability to network and ship and send stuff all around the world. Google is an information supergiant, and Alphabet, they know more about you than you know about yourself. This is the top 5 most powerful and richest net worth people in the world. Bitcoin goes to 150,000 a coin, which is not far from that. All of a sudden, Satoshi finds himself in the top 5. He passes Larry Page in a 17K move. Why is this significant? Well, once again, this is a theory, okay? This is not financial advice. Do not buy or sell anything based upon what I say, and do not take this as prophecy, all right? Gold and silver belong to the Lord. That's God's money. The world system is a ledger, okay? The United States went off of the gold standard in 1933, I think. Roosevelt? Let's find out. Yeah. The U.S. effectively abandoned the gold standard in 2 stages. First, Franklin Roosevelt ended the gold standard for domestic transactions in 1933, and then Nixon ended the international convertibility to the dollar to gold, so you couldn't trade your dollars in for gold in 1971. Okay, so since then, the United States dollar has really become a fiat currency, which has failed every time. And the reason that it's good is because we put faith in the US dollar. We put faith in our government. We put "In God We Trust" on the bill, and we just cross our fingers and hope that our economy doesn't crash. But really what it's based upon is what we call the petrodollar, which is petroleum, oil. And the reason that it was very significant what Trump just did with the Saudis making a deal for Boeing airplanes, billions of dollars, and all that stuff is to keep trade relationships open, because we know that a lot of our oil, a lot of the petrodollar comes from that area of the world, and we need to keep those relationships strong to keep our economy going, because China has bought a bunch of our debt, which we are also in a trade war with. Okay. That's been postponed, so our goods have not skyrocketed in price, but at some point that will come back up, and that can cause financial instability. It can cause issues in trust, and we just keep printing more money to lower our debt. It's called quantitative easing, which I don't have time to get into today. But the more money we print, the more money there is in the economy, which means the money that you own, that you have in your bank account, is worth less. So the reason we print more money is to lower our debt. So say we owe China a ton of money, we print more money so that it actually seems like we don't owe them as much as what we owe them. The problem with that is it completely decimates the poor middle class society. It hurts the rich as well. So what people are looking for right now is what we're calling a storage of wealth. And so we would say gold, silver, and now Bitcoin. See, gold and silver belong to the Lord. So I would say stack gold, stack silver. Once again, not financial advice. But it is good to have some other assets classes, which is now cryptocurrency, electronically traded storages of wealth. Why is this important to the Christian? Well, let's look at Revelation 13. Then I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rising out of the sea, having 7 heads, 10 horns, and on his horns 10 crowns. So what is this 7? 7 means is a mark of completion in the Bible. Now, we don't do numerology. We just use symbolism in the Bible to talk about other numbers in the Bible. Numerology is demonic. I do not study numbers. I look at numbers in the Bible sometimes because they have a significance. Everything in the Bible is significant. Colors, numbers, horns, heads, crowns, these are all have meaning. And so it's hard to distinguish this if you don't study. I don't really have tons of time to go into to break all this down, because I want to keep this video about Satoshi and Bitcoin and the system that I believe is in place. But 10 echoes great power. This Daniel, the leopard, the feet of a bear, the mouth of a lion, all have significance in the Bible. The dragon, which is Satan, gives him his power and his throne and great authority. So who gives power to the beast? Satan. I saw one of his heads had been mortally wounded, and a deadly wound was healed, and all the world marveled and followed the beast. So they worshiped the dragon who gave authority to the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, "Who is like this beast, and who is able to make war with him?" Okay, let's imagine Satoshi, the creator of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at 150,000, 200,000, 300,000, 405,000 a coin. He has more money than Elon Musk. Still nobody knows who in the world this person is. Now all of a sudden, he comes out of hiding. He unveils himself. He shows himself. No one knows his beliefs. Nobody knows his worldview. Nobody knows the reason behind why he created Bitcoin and what potentially his agenda is. So when he reveals himself, he will be on the world stage. Everyone will be watching. He'll be the wealthiest person in the whole world. And everyone already wants to know who he is. So he stands out there. Everyone's hanging on every word that he says. And who knows who's standing next to him? Could it be Elon? Could it be the President of the United States? Could it be the chancellors? Could it be the Vatican? Could it be the religious people? And what if he says, because it says who is able to make war with him? That could be power or that could be influence. Because they say, who is like the beast? No one. No one's been like this. No one's talked like this. Nobody had the authority. Nobody had the power. See, the thing about the top 5 people, everyone knows who they are. Everyone knows what they do. Everyone knows what they believe. Everyone listens to everything they say. Like if Elon Musk puts a tweet out, it can completely sideline the stock market. One tweet. The wealthiest person in the world says one thing. Everyone wants to know and reacts accordingly. So who is like the beast? They're saying no one. Who is able to make war with him? No one. Why? Because he's talking about peace. What if he comes out and says, the reason I made Bitcoin was I know the cause of every war in the world between mankind was money or power or religion. And so I created this to eliminate world hunger, to stop wars, especially around religion. We should all be under one money. We should all be under one rule. We should all be under peace. And we should all come together and coexist with one another. We should have one military just in case around this, and anybody who opposes this peace and this regime and this reign will be killed, which we'll get to in a minute down at the end of this chapter, who will be coming against them and who will be the enemy. I mean, think about it. If they'll bow, people will bow down and worship. Oh my goodness, we've been waiting for somebody to say this. We've been waiting. Why can't the Jews and the Christians and the Palestinians and Islam and everybody just get along? This is the answer. Where did this information come from? Who gave him this power? Who gave him the idea for this blockchain technology? And he could answer anything at any time, however he wants, to deceive as many people. Verse 17, and it granted to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And authority was given to him over every tribe and tongue and nation. All who dwell on the earth will worship him, whose name has now been written in the book of life, and the Lamb slain from before the foundations of the earth. Who is going to be at war with this beast? The Christians, the real Christians. Because it says that even some of the elect will be deceived. Those who know, who are able to discern the time and see the system that is in place and what is actually happening, he will make war with them to overcome them, because he has authority over every tribe and tongue in the nation. They will all come against the Christians. If anyone has ear, let them hear. He who leads into captivity shall go into captivity, and he who kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Then I saw another beast coming out of the earth, who had 2 horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. He exercises all authority as the first beast, and his presence causes the earth and all those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. These things just appear, rising out of the sea. I saw another one coming out of the earth. They performed great signs and even made fire come down from heaven and on earth in the sight of men. See, I don't think Satoshi is going to be a religious figure. I don't think that he is going to be performing signs and miracles. I think that there will be one who performs these signs and deceives those who dwell on the earth with those signs were granted to him by the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image of the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived. He was granted power and gave breath to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast should both speak and cause many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. We do not worship images ever. Do not do it. And if you don't, you'll be killed, according to this verse. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand and on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except the one who has the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. When we talk about Bitcoin, when we talk about blockchain technology, it is initially introduced to us as freedom, decentralized, you'll hear. Okay. But the reality of this is every transaction that you make is tracked and recorded in this ledger. In the blockchain, there are miners or computers that are proving every single transaction that happens, that takes place. And so say you want to send me money, which you can. There could be my Bitcoin wallet down in the description if you want to donate and you like this content. That would be great. But say you want to send me Bitcoin. There are a network of computers that will approve your transaction to say it's legitimate. When that transaction happens, there's mining rewards that are given to the computers or those who are running the nodes or running those computers to make sure that those transactions are approved. In that process, it is stored on a ledger forever. You can go all the way back to every single Bitcoin transaction, and you will be able to forever. And so this is a system to track and control. All right. So how would this person cause both small transactions and great, rich people with a lot of transactions and poor with a few, free and slave? Because to receive a mark on their right hand and their forehead that you would not be able to buy or sell without the mark or the name of the beast. What's saying is if you do not get this mark, you will not buy and sell. This will be the only way to purchase any goods from anyone, and the only way to sell any goods at all is to be a part of this system. And I'm telling you, the system is in place. We can see it all around, all over, and it's here, and it's only going to continue to increase as mass adoption in the world systems take place. The interconnectivity of Starlink and the internet, the implementation of potential chips and brains and hands, and oh boy, I'm really going down the rabbit trail now on conspiracy theories. But when conspiracy theories become theories that become realities, then all of a sudden they're not conspiracies anymore. They're actually proven theories, and we're watching them unfold right before our eyes. Number 18, verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast. It's the number of a man. Watch this. The first Genesis blockchain created, Bitcoin Genesis block, raw hex version. Look at these sixes here. 666, 666, 666, 666, 666, 666. Come on. And the crazy part about this is they're able to put messages in each one of the blocks. The Genesis block says the date, and so it's a time saying the times, the 3rd of January 2009, Chancellor on the brink of a second bailout of banks or for banks. So each one of these blocks can contain codes. It contains messages, encryptions. What if Satoshi knows the exact block when he becomes the most wealthiest person in the world, or he's waiting for this block to be revealed so he can reveal himself? Who knows what that's going to say? What do you think that could say? What if all these are 666s all across the place? Like, maybe he's more subtle than that. But this says, like, I am the one who you've been waiting for. I am the one. And he comes out and brings world peace and ends world starvation and world hunger, and people bow down and begin to worship him. This is stuff, right? I know. You think I'm a little crazy. and that's fine. But I hope, if nothing else, that this video began to made you think about the times that we're in, to begin to discern what's going on, what potentially could be happening in the world all around us. And if you enjoyed this content, or you like Christian content in general, please like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I post new content. I put out my teachings every single week, shorts, videos, things like that. We are in the last days. Jesus is coming soon. If you do not have saving faith in Christ, now is the time. Surrender your life to him. He is the one true King, the risen Savior, and he will catch up his church with him in the air. We will be with him for eternity. And all of this stuff, this crypto, this world will be but a vapor. It will burn up. It will be worthless. The only thing that's worth anything is you, your soul, your family, and those around you. So preach the gospel. Tell them the good news. Heal the sick. Raise the dead. Cast out demons. Freely you have received, so freely you give. Give to your local church. Support local missionaries as we spread the gospel message to everybody. God bless you. I hope you enjoy this content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.